I almost wanted to name this video, I Feel Your Pain. And there's a reason for it. If you suffer with trauma, whether it be post-traumatic stress disorder or complex PTSD, you possibly have a susceptibility to tension headaches, exertion headaches, or cluster migraines. And in my case, for instance, my cluster migraines are hereditary. I remember distinctively when my father, as I was growing up, he would get the worst cluster migraines in history, and he would always do something that definitely provided some relief. And I like the product so much that I still use it in the present at times. And I know that it did provide him with relief, and it might help you if you are getting those horrible migraines or headaches when you wake up from your very poor quality sleep because you are suffering with trauma. This is called Vicks Vapor Rub. It is old school, it is inexpensive, it is a product which most people know. Believe it or not, it will make a huge difference in your sleep. People who suffer with trauma, they have a very vicious cycle, and it is a very unhealthy cycle because it disrupts the most important part in a human being. It is that part or stage of our being that uses the time and space to repair our bodies and to replenish and to become full of energy again for the next day. If you're thinking of sleeping, you got it right. I am talking about the quality of your sleep. If you can fix the quality of your sleep, you will see a tremendous difference in the symptoms that you are feeling from your PTSD or your CPTSD. Typically, the vicious cycle is such that you go to bed typically very late because you have a difficult time falling asleep or even getting relaxed enough to become sleepy. So you fall asleep very late, but when you do, you have interruptions by those flashbacks or nightmares. So you have a very choppy sleep. It is not a nice, smooth sleep, but it's pretty choppy. You keep waking up, right? So the next morning, when you wake up, yes, very tired, but the worst part is you're very depressed. You wake up depressed, but you wake up with the worst headache that you can imagine, okay? So if you sustained trauma, chances are you are having a difficult time finding decent sleep. And I am going to suggest that you use the same product that my father used to use when I was growing up and that I still use until today because I like it so much. Vicks Vapor Rub. I do suggest you use a very generous portion, apply it on your temples. Be very generous, apply it also in the back of your neck and even rub it on your chest. It will make a tremendous difference in the quality of your sleep. It will let you sleep a little better, and you should not wake up with a headache. We're all different, and maybe what works for me and for many people might not work for you, but give it a try because something tells me that it's going to improve the quality of your sleep. Also, try to find positions when you are trying to sleep that are going to be most comfortable for you. There's something about sleeping on your chest or face down that is very soothing and peaceful. I don't know if you've noticed babies, they sleep on their chests a lot and they seem so peaceful. They breathe very, very deeply, and you can see their little backs going up and down, and they seem to be really enjoying their sleep. So give it a try, face down instead of sleeping sideways or sleeping face up. Just give it a try. If you don't like it, just go back to your old ways. But I think that it might make a difference in the quality of your sleep. If you're getting these headaches, this is a very common but bothersome symptom of trauma. And that includes tension headaches, it includes cluster migraines, but also exertion headaches. An exertion headache, just as the word implies, when you exert your body, let's say that you are working out or you are engaged in physical activity. A lot of times, especially if you're working out the upper part of your body that is so close to the vessels and the arteries of your brain, of your head, of your neck, that's typically when you get the exertion headache. It could happen during the physical activity, but it could also happen immediately thereafter. They are so bad and debilitating that actually they could last for days after your workout. You possibly have a susceptibility to this if you suffer from trauma, and you're possibly having a very difficult time falling asleep, staying asleep, and waking up without that headache. So give it a try. Again, try to apply a very generous amount of this product on your forehead, the back of your neck, and on your chest. Also try changing positions as you sleep. Try face down and see what happens. Maybe you will fall asleep. The quality of the sleep, which should be ideally 8 hours per night. The quality of the sleep that you are getting or not getting will make a tremendous difference in the recovery of your trauma symptoms. It is the one thing that you cannot skip. You have to find a way to sleep well. If you can keep track of the hours you sleep, there are now those instruments which measure your heart rate, the number of hours you sleep, the number of hours you are in bed, and all of those signals are being monitored by instruments. I am not wearing mine today, but typically I do have my watch, I wear it and it really tracks all of that down for me. So the next morning when I wake up, I pretty much know the number of hours that I have slept and the quality of sleep that I am getting. Some nights are going to be better than others, and that's possibly also happening to you. Hopefully, you are getting good sleep at least twice, hopefully 3 times a week. But even that will not be enough for you to be at your best the next day. It's going to make your anxiety and your depression much worse. So I cannot emphasize enough the importance of your sleeping uninterruptedly as much as possible, of course, at least 8 hours per night. So try the suggestions that I have made for you, and if they do not work for you, keep trying different things. Something will work. And remember, the world is a better place because you are in it.